Hey guys, welcome back to another Sports Stuff video. Today we're talking about Week 6 of Nick's Picks of the Week for the 2025 NFL season. So if you guys do enjoy, please do like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into the video. So, obviously, again, another week. Thursday Night Football has come and go. I'll be honest with you, I would have picked the Eagles, would not have picked the Giants. The Giants dominated the Eagles, though. They ran the ball on them. They threw the ball on them. Jackson Dart. For some reason, the Eagles defense, even though they face Jalen Hurts every day in practice, cannot stop a running quarterback. That is insane to me, the irony that not being able to stop a running quarterback. But the Giants do upset the Eagles in Week 6. So is this a telling that maybe we should worry about more upsets? Let's talk about it. So Broncos at Jets. Obviously, it's going to be in London, so it's not actually a home game for the Jets. So it's an international game. Can the Broncos beat the Jets in London? If I put my money on it, I might go with the New York Jets. Yes, that means the New York Jets do get their first win of the season. I don't see this team as an 0-6 team. I also don't see this team as an 0-5 team. It is crazy they have not won a game yet, because to me, the Jets are very good on defense. They have a lot of pieces that I like. Jermaine Johnson, Will McDonald, wow. Quentin Williams, Sauce Gardner. The only issue with this team is that they can't stop the pass, and that's what's causing a lot of their issues. Their front four are doing their thing, stopping the run, getting to the quarterback, but they cannot stop the pass. If you do a quick slant, they don't have the secondary guys to stop this team, and that's been the biggest issue this year. And it really sucks because I think the Jets actually have a really fun defense, and on offense, I love what Tanner Eggstrand is doing with Justin Fields. Justin looks pretty good so far, but I think this is a week that they can't take advantage of the Denver Broncos, because for the Broncos, it's too up and down. When they're up, they're a solid team. When they're down, they're losing games. And that's the thing with the Jets. When they're up, Justin Fields looks really good. Yes, it all comes in the third and fourth quarter, but that's the money time. That's the money quarters. If you're really good in the third and fourth quarter, that's how you make the big money in the NFL. The first and second quarter, they do matter, but if you're elite in the third and fourth, that's where the money is made. So right now, the New York Jets, they're really good in the fourth quarter, but I just don't think the Broncos are going to be able to beat them. You know, Bo Nix this year has looked serviceable at best. Their run game looks good, right? RJ Harvey looks interesting. J.K. Dobbins looks really good. Their passing game, Courtland Sutton's my guy. But they're not throwing the ball to Evan Ingram. Their offensive line, it looks good, but it's not as good as I thought it would be. And again, Bo Nix does not look good either. And defensively, they look very underwhelming. For a team full of really good defensive pieces, the Broncos are not convincing me that they're a top 10 defense, which I think they should be. With Pat Surtain, you draft Jahdae Barron, you have Riley Moss. In the safety room, I really like as well. At linebacker, Alex Singleton and Dre Greenlaw. And a pass rush, you have Nick Benito leading the NFL in sacks. And I'm not convinced this is a good team yet. What is going on? You know, they're 3-2. That's good. But they're not convincing me that they're a team that can be competing for the AFC West. So right now, I'm going to lean New York Jets. On Friday to 9:22 p.m., I am leaning New York Jets for this game on Sunday. Next, we have the Browns at Steelers. Listen, man, I like Dillon Gabriel. We fucking suck. Like, I don't like the cuss on this channel, but man, we fucking suck. It's so annoying. This Browns team is a field goal and one drive and one first down away from being 3-2. But this Browns team manages to lose every game possible. It is aggravating, it is infuriating, and I don't know what to say. Listen, the Steelers, they don't look good. Their defense looks passable at best, and their offense is, 2 or 3 big plays a week is how they score. They don't score consistently. Their drives aren't consistent. You get one Aaron Rodgers crazy throw a game that ends up in a touchdown. Then you have one long sustained drive where DK Metcalf outbody someone. That's the 2 ways they score. And I don't understand how they're winning, but for some reason, they're winning. And the Browns, for some reason, are losing. Even though I think the Browns are a better team on paper this season than the Steelers, the Browns are managing to find ways to lose. The Browns have lost 21 straight games in Pittsburgh to the Steelers, and nothing against Dillon Gabriel, who I thought played really good last week for how I expected him to play. He's not going to be the quarterback to break that streak. It's going to be a loss for the Cleveland Browns, and the Steelers a 22-game streak win at home against the Cleveland Browns. Next, we have the Chargers at the Miami Dolphins. I think the Chargers do win this game. The Chargers have slipped since that 2-0 start that they had, where I thought they were absolutely dominant. They have slipped from that point of view in my mind. Are they still a good team? Absolutely. But Omarion Hampton's on IR. Najee Harris is out for the season. They're having Kamani Vidal and Hassan Haskins as a starting running backs. The offensive line is really injured. And while Justin Herbert and Quentin Johnston look amazing, Ladd McConkey looks pretty mediocre compared to what he was last year. So can this offense get clicking? I think this is the team to do it against. The Dolphins, they're 1-4 entering this game. They lost Tyreek Hill. Tua Tagovailoa is having a really bad season. Really living up to the name Tua turn the ball over. Jalen Waddle looks okay as a wide receiver 1. Not as good as his rookie year when he was a wide receiver 1. And their defense, with all the big names and big like rookie contract guys on that team, I'm shocked how bad the Dolphins defense is right now. I think this is the game for Justin Herbert and this offense to get right, especially when they just traded for Odafe Oweh. I like Odafe Oweh, and the fact that he's now going to be their premier pass rusher in a Jesse Minter defense, I'm excited to see what he can do against the Miami Dolphins' piss-poor offensive line. Next, with the Tennessee Titans at the Las Vegas Raiders, I'm going to go with the Tennessee Titans. I do think the Raiders are a better team with what they're displaying right now, but I just don't think they have enough to win against the Tennessee Titans. I think this defensive line is piss poor for the Las Vegas Raiders, and I think Jeffrey Simmons is one of the best D tackles in the NFL. So I think he's able to get into the backfield, stop Ashton Jeanty before he even makes a play, and get to Geno Smith consistently. I see at least 1 or 2 batted balls from Jeffrey Simmons as well. This dude attacks the quarterback, and I just don't see a world where he's not going to make a massive impact on this team with how bad the offensive line is playing. For the Raiders, again, I like Geno Smith. I think a lot of the issues that are stemming from Geno Smith is that he's trying to play hero ball. Geno, you're not a hero ball quarterback. Just take the easy routes, throw the ball away, and take some sacks. He's too scared of taking sacks. So what's happening right now is that when a pass rusher gets to Geno Smith, instead of just taking the hit, he throw the balls away to try and avoid a big loss. But he throws it in a way that it's up there in the air for a corner to take. That's the issue with the Raiders right now. They just need to get more consistent, give Geno Smith easier throws. But when this offensive line, within 0.5 seconds of the snap, already have a pass rusher past them, there's nothing you can really do. So while I do think not all the fault is on Geno, I think the Tennessee Titans with Jeffrey Simmons are going to get to Geno and continue the issues that he's having. So I'm going to go with the Tennessee Titans beating the Raiders. Next, we have the Seahawks at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Man, I don't know this is going to be a good game. If you want to watch a game on Sunday, the Seahawks and the Jaguars is going to be a good game. I'm going to lean the Seattle Seahawks, however. Listen, the Jaguars look really good. They just beat the Kansas City Chiefs, and nothing against the Seahawks. They're not as good historically as the Chiefs. So, yes, mathematically they should be the ones losing, but I think Sam Darnold and this offense are on a heater right now, and this Jacksonville defense, while I don't think they've faced an offense like the Seahawks yet, I think they've faced a lot of similar talent, right? The dual head quarterback, running back duo, Sam Darnold on a heater, Jackson Smith and Jigba on a great career year right now, and Cooper Kupp doing what he has to do to get this run game going. I'm a very big fan of the Seahawks offense, and honestly, Mike McDonald is doing his thing for this defense. This is going to be a great matchup. Absolutely great matchup. However, I think the Seahawks offense will be better than the Jaguars offense, and that's going to be the big difference, right? This offense for the Jaguars, the passing game, is still having issues. Travis Etienne is doing a good job. Trevor Lawrence is doing a good job, but the wide receivers are still having issues. They lost Brenton Strange for the next 4 games. I just see the Seahawks, their offense will be able to do more than the Jaguars offense. Next, we have the Rams at the Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to go with the LA Rams. The Rams coming off a long bye. Listen, or like it's a long week. I think the Rams are very, very good. However, as I said this entire season so far, I worried about their injury because Matt Stafford did not play all of training camp, all of camp. It doesn't matter anymore. You're in week 6, and the Rams look really good. Their issues, however, are multiple-fold, right? They're multi-fold. Their secondary looks bad. Their linebackers look bad. But their defensive line looks really good. Their offensive line looks bad. But Matt Stafford, this run game, and these wide receivers are doing their thing. Puka Nacua on pace to break the receptions, yards record this season. He's on pace for that. And the Baltimore Ravens defense is just as bad as the Rams secondary. So the issues for both teams match, but I think that the Rams defensive line is better than any part of the Baltimore Ravens defense. Zach Orr, I don't want to keep crapping on Zach Orr as everyone else has been doing for the last 2-3 weeks. Zach Orr is not the defensive coordinator of the future for the Ravens. If John Harbaugh keeps his job, he is not going to keep his job after the season. And the Rams, they love what they're doing on offense and defense. I think they're cooking right now. I just see the Rams beating the Ravens. Could the Ravens still win? Absolutely. They're at home. They have Lamar Jackson. That should be enough to win every game in the book. But I am going to go with the Rams beating them on the road. Next, we have the Arizona Cardinals at Indianapolis Colts. Going with the Colts, man. I can't do it. Y'all know before the season, I was very high on the Cardinals. They have lost every single game that I thought they were going to win, right? They, especially after last week, obviously Jonathan Gannon hitting Emery DeMarcado because of that fumble that led to them losing that game. But the issue that Emery DeMarcado was their starting running back is an issue, right? James Conner got hurt. Trey Benson got hurt. Now Emery DeMarcado is their starter. He's probably not even their starter anymore. Now it's Michael Carter. I already didn't really like their offensive line. I want them to invest more in the offensive line. But I thought Kyler Murray and this wide receiver core would be able to do enough on the offensive side of the ball. And defensively, I love what Jonathan Gannon is doing. But I love what the Colts are doing even more. Indiana Jones is leading this offense, doing an amazing start for the Colts. And their defense is playing just as good as their offense. So for me, I'm gonna go with the Indianapolis Colts. I think they're on their heater right now. Is it going to cool off by the end of the season? Maybe. But as of right now, the Colts, I have no reason to pick against them. They are probably the third or fourth best team in the NFL right now. And I can't believe I'm saying that in the big 2025 under Daniel Jones' leadership. That's crazy. Next, we have the Patriots at New Orleans Saints. I'm going to go to the New England Patriots. Drake May is playing great this year. Their run game is very questionable. I don't understand why TreVeyon Henderson is not getting more carries. You drafted him in the second round and you're not playing him. And you're playing Ramondre Stevenson, who fumbles the ball a lot, and you're playing Antonio Gibson, who then fumbled immediately. I don't know what they have to do for TreVeyon Henderson to play. I don't understand it. But Drake May, this wide receiver core, and this offensive line are doing their thing. And on defense, I love what Mike Vrabel's doing with this defense. Keon White, I really liked as a pass rusher. He's really struggled so far this year. But the secondary in general is doing a good job capping off any of the big plays. And while I think Spencer Rattler's having a great year so far for the Saints, their offensive line, their interior of the offensive line is battered and injured. I love their tackles. Talisi Fuaga and Kelvin Banks are two of the best rookie contract tackle duos in the league. And Spencer Rattler is doing his thing. Alvin Kamara is doing his thing. Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed are doing their thing. But their defense is awful. It might be the worst defense in the league. It might be. I haven't looked at the numbers. It looks like it, though. And they can't stop a nosebleed. Their offense can't consistently generate big plays. But I think Spencer Rattler has played really well. This could be a game where the Saints do get their first win of the season. I guess their second win of the season. But for me, I'm going to go with the New England Patriots. Because if I'm putting money on it, I'm going with the Patriots. They played a lot better, more consistently. Next, we have the Bengals at the Green Bay Packers. I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers coming off a bye. Yes, the Bengals, they trade for Joe Flacco. He's going to be better than Browning. But at the same time, he's Joe Flacco. He's 40 years old. And I think he's number 3 in interceptions, while Jake Browning is number 2. Like, they say we need to limit the turnovers. Let's go get the guy who throws one less interception a game. It's still an interception a game he throws, though. He's thrown like 7 or 8 interceptions in his first 4 weeks. But Joe Flacco, Browns fan, I love Joe Flacco. I'm really happy he gets a chance to start somewhere else. And for the Bengals, they just want a quarterback that can throw the ball. And guess what? Joe Flacco is going to sling that motherfucker. He is going to sling the ball as hard as he can, whenever he can. This is an offense that is Joe, throw it. Jamar Chase is down there somewhere. If you're a fantasy person, I would pick up T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. If you picked them up for a bargain the last week or two because their offense sucked, congratulations. You're about to pay dividends on your investment. And for the Packers, I think they're still going to win. I think that the offense for the Bengals will be more fun, though. But this defense for the Bengals is god-awful. And Jordan Love and this offense is too much of a juggernaut to slow down because of the Bengals defense. And then also Micah Parsons versus Amarius Mims and Orlando Brown is a joke. Like, we might see 3 sacks from Micah Parsons against the statue Joe Flacco. So I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers. Next, we have the Lions at Chiefs. I'm going with the Detroit Lions. The Chiefs, this is definitely their most beatable they've looked ever in the Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes era. This team is bad. Their defense is bad. Their offense is just slow and not consistent. They don't have a running back, and I think that is something that they need to worry about. They don't have a running back. They've been living off of Patrick Mahomes' arm for the last 6 years, but it's down to a point where you can't do it anymore. Because everyone's playing double high safety. Everyone is playing more back off the line than ever before. Everyone is ready for the throw more than ever before. I don't see a world where without a running back, the Chiefs win another Super Bowl. Their defense, it looks okay. Obviously, definitely not as good as years before. The defensive line looks atrocious. They can't generate pressure. Chris Jones on the game-winning play last week is just standing there still looking at Trevor Lawrence run the ball. Like, that's the culture in the building right now. I think there needs to be a change-up. Whether it's Steve Spagnuolo being fired and they go to another defensive coordinator, whether it's they make a big splash and move on from Chris Jones, or they trade for another big player, they sign a big player, something has to happen. Their offense is slow and stagnant, and their defense cannot generate pressure. And guess what the Detroit Lions love to do? They love to run the ball, They love to throw the ball, and their defense right now is generating pressure. And while the Chiefs still have a great offensive line, I don't think it's going to be good enough for this Lions defense to not get to Patrick Mahomes. However, the Lions secondary has a lot of issues. A lot of issues right now, a lot of injuries. Depth is really important for the Lions right now. But I think on offense, the Lions are going to be able to do whatever they want against this Chiefs defense. Next, we have the Buffalo Bills at the Atlanta Falcons. I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills. Again, right now, they're a chainsaw, and no one wants to go through them. While the Falcons, I like what they have on the offensive side of the ball. I like Michael Penix. I like the offensive line. I like Bijan Robinson. I like Drake London and Kyle Pitts. Defensively, they're still figuring out some stuff. While Xavier Watts looked amazing, James Pierce and, the linebacker from Georgia, I can't remember his name. They're two rookies in the first round at the defensive side of the ball they drafted, have been slow starters. They can't generate pressure still. They're okay at stopping the run, but their offense is now, if they're not hitting on offense, their defense, while they're also not hitting, it's not a good mix. If their offense is clicking, their mediocre to bad defense can get overlooked. But when both sides of the ball aren't clicking, they're going to lose by a lot. And the Buffalo Bills will, no matter what, chainsaw through teams. Yes, they had a bad game last week against the Patriots. I get it. It happens. But there's no way back-to-back games, Josh Allen and James Cook are not going to demolish defenses. I just don't see it happening. So I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills. Next, we have the Cowboys at the Panthers. I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys. Listen, say what you want. Dallas is a really good offense. Dak Prescott, Javonte Williams, their tight end, Jake Ferguson. CeeDee Lamb is injured, yes, but George Pickens looks amazing at wide receiver 1 for the Cowboys right now. Even Jalen Tolbert is making big plays, but this offense is going to do their thing no matter what. The question is the Cowboys' defense. Their secondary looks bad. Their pass rush is middle of the pack in almost every statistic. But without Micah Parsons, not awful that you guys are middle of the pack and everything. They're top 3 in tackles and number 15 in sacks. Not awful for their defensive line, but their linebackers and secondary have played very bad so far this year. So that's why I worry about the Cowboys for the season. If it's just their offense, this is a top 10 offense. Dak Prescott is going to kill everyone no matter what every single week. So that's a given. As for the Panthers, they're too up and down. Bryce Young has a good game, then he has a bad game, then he has a good game, then he has two bad. It's too up and down. Give me a consistent Bryce Young season, and maybe I'll buy in on him even more. Their run game looks pretty solid. Chuba Hubbard's doing his thing. Wide receiver, honestly, Ted McMillan is amazing. I like their offensive line. But defensively, Ed Rovero's got to go. He's got to go. He's a bad defensive coordinator. I've officially changed my mind on him. I've given him multiple seasons of me liking him and rooting for him. Ed Rovero is out as a defensive coordinator ASAP. He can't generate pressure. He can't stop the run. And he can't get his corners to cover anybody. Big play after big play. Big chunk play after big chunk play. I'm done. I'm done with the Panthers until I see something change, and I don't think it's going to happen until the end of the season. So right now, I'm going to pick against them almost every single week. I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys. Next, we have the San Francisco 49ers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm going to Tampa Bay. Mac Jones is starting for the 49ers this week, if I'm not mistaken. I think I read that earlier today. But he is starting for the San Francisco 49ers. So while I do like what the 49ers are doing, and I don't think the Buccaneers defense is that much of an issue for this offense, I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense is too good for this 49ers defense. The Niners defense, they look good, right? They're not bad. They're a solid defense, especially without Nick Bosa. Michael Williams has been really good so far this season. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he's like top 10 in double team rate percentage, and he's pretty solid. So he's middle of the pack when it comes to win rate, but he's double teamed a lot more. So Michael Williams getting a lot of respect from offensive lines because he's really the only primary pass rusher left anymore. But the linebacker core, obviously, with Fred Warner is going to have to be respected. But I just don't think with Emeka Buka, Chris Godwin, I don't know if Bucky Irvin's healthy yet. I think he's still hurt. But Cade Otton, no matter what, Baker Mayfield in this offense is going to churn through defenses. They're going to get their 25 points a game. And I just don't see the 49ers offense matching this Buccaneers offense in points. Next, we have the Chicago Bears at Washington Commanders. This is a fun game, man. This is a fun game. What, here 2-2, the Commanders are 3-2. I'm leaning to the Bears. The Commanders' offense does not look as good as I thought it could be this year. Deebo Samuel, I believe, is actually like having a really good underrated season, but he's still not the wide receiver I would have gone with. I think he's still like 32, old. He doesn't run the same as he did in 2020, 2021. I don't know. Terry McLaurin's out actually. Yeah, I'm going with the Bears. I've got Terry McLaurin is out for this game. As much as I like Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. I blank on his name every single time I say it. Bill. I'm just gonna call him Bill. Even though Bill is a really good running back and last week had a great game, which sealed them the victory because of Bill, I just see the Chicago Bears offense. I love what they're doing on offense. Is it perfect? Not in a million years. But right now, I like what they're doing. Even with DeAndre Swift at running back, they are getting yards consistently. And that is all credit to Ben Johnson. That with DeAndre Swift, with Roschon Johnson, this offense is moving. And Caleb Williams is playing really well. Again, the first 2 weeks was a little rough, but the last 3 or 4 weeks, he has really started clicking with this offense. He's making big plays. He's taking check downs. He's reading off his progressions. He's feeling the pressure in the pocket. He's doing really well maneuvering the pocket to avoid that pressure when he's feeling it. I'm just going to go with the Ben Johnson Chicago Bears because they've been more impressive. They've been more impressive. They've been more consistent. Again, the Commanders, why I like what they're doing on offense and defense, I think without Terry McLaurin, with Deebo Samuel as a number 1 wide receiver, with a okay offensive line, I think this Bears defense will be able to do enough to slow them down. And for the Commanders defense, I like what they're doing. Again, I like their defense as well. I just think the Ben Johnson offense can't be slowed down. No matter what defense you throw against them, they're going to churn out 20 points. And I don't know if the Commanders offense in this game can churn out more than 20 points. It's going to be a low scoring game, but I think I feel more comfortable picking the Chicago Bears. So yeah, if you guys do enjoy, please do like, comment, subscribe. This is my prediction. What is that? How many AFC teams win? NFC, AFC, NFC. So I have more NFC teams winning this week than AFC. And when it comes to, I think more away winners actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I have more away winners than I have home winners this week. That is 8-6. So yeah, I mean, I just think that with the matchups, a lot of the home opponents this week is a lot of the bottom half of the league. So yeah, more away winners, which is a little shocking. But yeah, if you guys enjoy, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Who do you think is going to be the biggest upset? And who do you think is going to choke their win away the most? Who's their pull Cardinals? So if you guys enjoy, please like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Peace and bye.